Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your midday news fix for Monday the 30th of March. The government's continuing to review its options as global fuel prices continue to rise. It's due to decide in the next 2 weeks which businesses could face fuel rationing if supply becomes an issue. In the meantime, it's launched a new public tip line seeking suggestions of regulatory changes that could reduce the country's fuel use. Deputy Prime Minister David Seymour says while fuel supply is stable, they don't want to miss out any ideas for saving fuel.
We've heard people say they have to do extensive earth moving to meet regulations that uses a lot of fuel, but maybe isn't really necessary.
And the Prime Minister is keeping in close contact with Singapore, Malaysia and South Korea about our fuel supplies. Chris Luxon told Mike Hosking he's had positive talks with the leaders of all 3 countries, reminding them of our comprehensive strategic partnerships.
In the case of Singapore, we're very much committed to, and even though we'll sign it in May, we're already operating under it, which is our essential supplies piece.
The Reserve Bank Governor says it's still too early to say how surging fuel prices will affect the labour market. Westpac economists are now forecasting unemployment to rise even further this year. Reserve Bank Governor Anna Bremen says the economic impact of the fuel disruption will depend on how long the disruptions continue for. She's told Newstalk ZB some firms and households are becoming more cautious and her team is closely watching what happens to the job market.
It will be important to keep on looking into that data in detail to see how the economy evolves going forward.
Winston Peters says a modern future isn't possible without mining. New Zealand First wants at least half of mining royalties reinvested locally. It also wants to review rules to make mining easier in some areas and wants to limit the role of agencies like DOC. New Zealand First's leader says mining is critical to resilience and environmentalists have a Cinderella attitude where they think they can achieve a modern society without it.
Stop this mind-blocking view that somehow you can get one type of future without the other. No extraction and you're going to have a pathetic future.
A US ground operation in Iran could be on the near horizon with 3,500 soldiers touching down in the region. Iran says its forces are waiting for American ground troops so they can rain fire upon them. Sky News correspondent John Sparks says there's reports the Pentagon is considering ground operations this week.
It comes along with a whole amphibious unit of assorted ships and specialists. It brings the total of US personnel in the Middle East now to over 50,000.
Full crowds are still expected at the Warbirds over Wanaka Air Show this Easter, even though a lot of military aircraft have had to pull out. General Manager Ed Taylor says they've sold out for Saturday and Sunday, and people are still buying tickets to Friday's show. To sport, All Blacks prop Tamaiti Williams will miss the remainder of the Crusaders season due to an infection in his spine. Tottenham Hotspur will play against Auckland FC at Eden Park on July 26 as part of what has been coined the New Zealand International Football Festival. Alex Palou has won the latest IndyCar Series race in Alabama. Marcus Armstrong was the best of the New Zealanders in 6th. And incoming All Blacks coach Dave Rennie's Kobe have secured a 41-20 away rugby win over Shizuoka in Japan's top league. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's the latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.